Yes, good morning. My name is Robert Van Namen, and I am the Senior Vice President, Uranium Enrichment for USEC Inc., a leading supplier of nuclear fuel for commercial nuclear power plants. Thank you, Chairman Gordon, Congressman Bilbray, and members of the committee for inviting me to testify. Today's nuclear fuel supply is in transition. While in better shape than a decade ago, much remains to be done to support the expansion of nuclear power. Domestic companies constructing new facilities face stiff competition in a market dominated by foreign, vertically integrated firms. As we increase our capacity, U.S. companies need the assurance that their investment of resources will receive the support necessary to revive the industry to a self-sustaining position. Unless we take steps now, we will lose our ability to affect nuclear's future expansion and use. Let's start with mining and milling of natural uranium. Since 1994, domestic sources have provided about 18% of the uranium purchased by U.S. reactors. Since 2003, the price of uranium has risen from $10 a pound to more than $95 a pound for long-term contracts. At this price, domestic miners have begun to expand or restart existing mines. While it is unlikely we would ever be able to supply all of our needs with domestic production, the countries with the greatest uranium reserves are close allies. The Department of Energy also maintains a large inventory of uranium in various forms. The second step of the fuel cycle is conversion of natural uranium to uranium hexafluoride. The lone U.S. supplier of conversion, the ConverDyn plant in Illinois, has recently expanded and can now meet about 80% of U.S. demand. After conversion, uranium must be enriched to raise the concentration of the fissionable isotope uranium-235. The United States has one operating uranium enrichment plant, the Paducah Gaseous Diffusion Plant in Kentucky. USEC operates under lease from DOE. Domestic supplies come from three main sources: the Paducah plant, about 12%, the Megatons to Megawatts program, where USEC supplies about 43% of the market from LEU, blended down from Russian nuclear warhead material, and European producers make up the rest of the market needs from their overseas production. The enrichment industry is transitioning to production based almost solely on gas centrifuge. One advantage of gas centrifuge is modularity. As contracts are signed, a plant can be expanded in increments. As we see new reactors constructed, we have the ability to expand in order to meet the demand. In the United States, USEC and another company are each building a gas centrifuge plant. Others are contemplating building here. If all are constructed, it could supply the U.S. needs and be expanded as needed to meet growth in market. If required, the Paducah Gaseous Diffusion Plant could also run past its planned shutdown in 2012. I would like to speak for a moment about the American Centrifuge Plant. The ACP is the only plant to use U.S. centrifuge technology. Owned and operated by a U.S. company, it is the only technology that can be used to meet national security needs, but at the same time does not benefit from foreign government ownership and support as does its competitors. USEC's development and manufacturing work is based in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Manufacturing of machine components will also take place in several other states. We are at a critical juncture as we enter in the process of deploying the plant and are looking to have it at capacity by 2012 to meet market demand. The final portion of the fuel cycle, fuel fabrication, is served by several plants in the United States. Currently, the market has much more supply than demand. If new reactors are built, existing fabrication facilities should have enough capacity to meet demand. Several threats to nuclear expansion exist. One is timely and adequate financing for construction in light of current credit market conditions and uncertainty regarding the timing of any loan guarantees from the Department of Energy. The companies building here also need to be able to compete on a level playing field. The potential for Russia to dump low-enriched uranium on the U.S. market is indeed a threat. I would like to close by discussing the role that the U.S. government can play in solidifying the U.S.-based fuel supply. Despite actions by Congress to encourage the expansion of nuclear power, the implementation of legislative directives at the agency level has lagged behind market needs. Delays in implementing the loan guarantee program is one example. Domestic producers need legislative support to ensure that the U.S. government can effectively enforce the Russian suspension agreement. Additionally, support for the Paducah plant with a contract to enrich the Department of Energy's high-assay tails would help meet market needs for both uranium and enrichment. DOE needs to complete its plan for managing and selling its uranium inventory to provide market clarity on how DOE's inventories will affect supply. Our mutual goal should be the expansion of nuclear power. The domestic fuel industry is working to ensure that the fuel for nuclear reactors will be available when they come online. At USEC, we firmly believe that increasing our use of nuclear power will help our nation tackle the challenges we face, from international energy security to the adverse effects of burning fossil fuels. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to the questions.
Thank you.